In my hands today, I have the all-new Ping G425 Max driver. And in this video, I'm going to talk you through this brand new design, all the technology that's packed into this club head, along with its two counterparts, the LST and the SFT models. I'll let you know the differences between these three models, let you know which one might be the best fit for your game. And also tell you how I got on after testing the Max and LST models out in the golf course and while using my SkyTrack launch monitor and while comparing them with the G410 that's being replaced. Now, the G410, a fantastic driver, so the G425 got some very big boots to fill. Plus, I'm going to let you know why, in my view, the G425 lineup is entirely predictable but fantastic because of it. Now, what I mean by that, I'll delve into that a little bit later in the video. First off, if you're new to our YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe button below, give us a thumbs up if you enjoy this video, and if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you. Now, the first thing you'll probably notice when you pick the G425 Max up off the shelf is this huge tungsten backweight. It builds upon the technology that was introduced in G410. Ping, they brought this movable weight technology because they felt it was the first time they could incorporate that level of adjustability without sacrificing performance. With the G425 Max, it's really a combination of the G400 Max and the G410. The G400 Max, it had 20 grams of tungsten loaned back in the golf club. Just delivering really great CG location for higher launch, good ball speed, incredibly high MOI because that weight was so far back, really stable driver, but didn't have any adjustability. The G410 Plus, it had a 16 gram back weight and had that level of adjustability. So this 26 gram tungsten weight is really combining the best of both worlds to create an adjustable driver that's it's going to be crazy forgiving. That CG location is so low and deep, and that's going to help deliver great distance, great levels of forgiveness. As you'll see, because the weight is much larger, we're not moving it anywhere near quite as much to get into the draw and fade settings. Just an absolutely ton of weight loaned back, and that's why this G400 Max is going to be one of the most forgiving, easiest to hit drivers on the market. Now, to go along with that new CG shifter, we have some Ping technologies that we've really grown accustomed to over the last few years. We have the turbulators here in the crown. We all know what they do, just make it a little bit more aerodynamically efficient, try and give you some more club head speed to try and get some more distance. We have this creased crown section towards the back, again, all about aerodynamics, along with Dragonfly within the crown, and that's just going to try and help remove as much weight as possible from this titanium crown, and that allows Ping then to place it where they want, low and deep in this tungsten weight and low and deep in the club head. We also have trajectory tuning 2.0, so just giving you adjustability along with the movable weight in the back there. You can really dial these Ping drivers in to suit your needs. And then we have the T9S Plus forged face, the real, the powerhouse, the horsepower of this golf club, delivering fantastic ball speeds. Ping's proprietary VFT structure just makes it really consistent on your miss hits. Just to go along with the incredible MOI and deep CG on offer, it really is. It's going to be an absolute powerhouse, and that forged face is a big part of that. It also has a rough face structure, or rough face finish, that Ping says is going to make it that little bit more efficient in wet conditions and just helps it to really retain ball speed, round after round after round. So, to go along with that new CG shifter, it's what we expect from Ping. It's really solid engineering that's designed to give you just user friendliness, really give you tons of ball speed, great distance, but make it very forgiving and very easy to hit. So that's the Max model, but what about the other two? Well, here I have the LST, and as the name suggests, this is the low spin option from the G425 lineup. We have a slightly smaller head shape. It's 445cc compared to 460 with the Max. The tungsten weight here, it's a little bit lighter just to suit that smaller head shape, and also to help push that CG a little bit further forward and deliver that lower spin that some golfers will be looking for. It's still adjustable. You can move that tungsten weight into the draw and fade settings. It's got the trajectory tuning. It's just it's a little bit smaller. It's going to be lower spinning. But other than that, it's pretty much the exact same. We then look at the SFT model. I don't have that here with me today, but as the name suggests, straight flight technology. It's designed to help those of you who really struggle with a slice. The tungsten weights, it's fixed into the heel, and it just means that it's going to be that little bit easier for those of you who just are sick of being in the trees on the right of the golf course. So, across that lineup, there really is a driver to suit everyone. No matter what you're looking for, Ping has you covered. So it's worth pointing out that this is the first time Ping drivers come as standard with RCOS embedded in the grip. This technology just allows you to track what you're doing with your driver game, learn your strengths and weaknesses, and hopefully improve. I'll run you through the numbers I got earlier on today with my SkyTrack. I tested all 3 drivers at 9 degrees of loft using the same shaft and with Pro V1 golf balls. I'll get started quickly with the G410 LST. When you look at those numbers across the board, absolutely solid, good ball speed over the 160 mark, launch angle 13.4, spin rate just under 2,400, carry 268, total 296. I mean, just really solid numbers for me across the board. What I expect from this thing is a brilliant all-round performer, something I've enjoyed testing over the last few years and using, yeah, just what you would expect from Ping, really solid performance. When we then bring in the G425 drivers, you can see that, you know, I'm just getting that little bit extra. Unsurprisingly, the G425 Max, it's probably just a little bit too high spinning for me. It's over 2,600, but the carry is really good, the total's good, and that ball speed 162, you know, really solid numbers across the board. With the G425 LST, you can see ball speed's even crept up a little bit more, we're now at 163. And the spin rate's dropped down when compared with the G410 LST. Ping actually say you can expect that anywhere up to about 200 RPM less spin when compared with the G410 LST. So that's just delivering me that little bit extra, getting more carry, getting greater total distance. And yeah, really fantastic all-round performance. Ping also say with the G425 Max you can expect about 7% higher MOI when compared with the G410 Plus. So that just means that your forgiveness is going to be really good. You're going to, on those ones that you don't quite catch at the middle, you're going to retain really good ball speed. And yeah, that's really coming through. Just solid numbers across the board there. I'm getting that little bit more from the G425 drivers. And yeah, great performance. At the beginning of this video, I said that the G425 drivers were predictable but fantastic because of that. Now, what exactly do I mean? Well, with each new driver release from Ping, they don't try and completely reinvent the wheel. It's not, you know, incredibly different from what's come before it. Instead, they build upon what they already have, fantastic drivers, and make them that little bit better across the board. And that's what this G425 Max and its counterparts are. They're just better across the board. They took the fantastic forgiveness, MOI, CG placement performance of the G400 Max and combined it with everything they learned with G410 Plus and adjustability. You have the best of both worlds. And then just those little improvements, they're going to deliver more forgiveness, more speed, and just make them, you know, more user-friendly, easier to hit, longer. All these things, it's why I think Ping are really good. You can just expect quality engineering, those little improvements across the board, and where they can eke out more performance, you better be sure that they will. For me, the Max, you know, it is one of the easiest to hit drivers I've ever tested. If you struggle off the tee, this thing is going to be a godsend. It's so easy to launch in the air. It's just silly forgiving. And that's all thanks to the low CG placement, that weight being so far back, and everything else Ping do to make their drivers spot on. For me, the LST, it's the model I prefer. The slightly lower spin it offers gives me better performance. I like the fact it's got a slightly smaller head shape, just suits my eye that little bit. With the SFT model, I've not tested that today, but you know, so much weight placed in the heel of the golf club. They say you can expect 26 yards more left bias when compared with the Max, so if you really struggle with a slice, it's going to be the one for you. But the LST, it was the one for me. It just, yeah, again, really easy to hit, really forgiving, but delivering the kind of launch and spin that allows me to get the most out of my golf swing, lets me feel in control. And yeah, just, you know, Ping drivers, they're so user-friendly. I think that's what I really describe them at. Really user-friendly, really great fairway finders, but they don't sacrifice really in terms of distance. Now, the only few things that I'm not too keen on with the G425 drivers are, first off, the turbulators, something I've not really liked in Ping drivers ever since they're released. It's just not something I really like to look down on at address, but that's my personal preference. I'm sure plenty of you do like the look of it. It does help to frame the ball really nicely, I have to say. Helps you align the driver really easily. I think in terms of sound, you know, it is quite loud. Although Ping have used acoustic ribs within the golf club to try and tune the sound and feel, it's just a little bit too loud for my liking. But that's really it. Other than that, you know, I like the fact that we've got this new kind of, I'm guessing it's stealthy slate colour scheme with the head cover and the tungsten weight throughout this driver. It looks pretty smart, especially down at the sole. And yeah, you know, more so than anything, they're user friendly, they're easy to hit, And yeah, they're going to deliver everything you expect from Ping. That's why I expect quality engineering. They don't go and reinvent the wheel. Instead, they make everything just that little bit better, and it really shows out on the golf course. Now, if you have any questions about the G425 driver lineup, just leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, and thank you very much for watching.